Here's a shocking reality that will make your blood boil. The very air we breathe is literally killing people, and it's not affecting everyone equally. A groundbreaking research study published in Science Advances has dropped a bombshell that should outrage every American. The findings reveal a disturbing pattern of environmental injustice that's been hiding in plain sight. Oil and gas operations across the United States are creating a toxic cloud of death that's systematically targeting our most vulnerable communities. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't just about pollution. It's about who's paying the ultimate price with their lives. The study's findings are absolutely staggering. Every single year, air contaminants from petroleum and natural gas industries are responsible for cutting short 91,000 lives prematurely. That's nearly 100,000 people who could still be with their families today. But the death toll is just the tip of the iceberg. Hundreds of thousands more Americans are battling serious health complications directly caused by these airborne toxins. Now, here's the part that most people miss, and it's the most infuriating aspect of this entire crisis. The communities bearing the heaviest burden aren't randomly distributed across America. Black Americans, Asian communities, Native American populations, and Hispanic families are disproportionately suffocating under this toxic burden. This raises uncomfortable questions about whether our industrial priorities are inadvertently creating a system of environmental racism. Let's break down the devastating health impacts that should make every parent's heart skip a beat. An overwhelming 90% of new childhood asthma diagnoses can be traced directly back to nitrogen dioxide contamination in the air our children breathe every day. Think about that for a moment. 9 out of 10 kids developing asthma could potentially avoid this life-altering condition if we addressed industrial air pollution. The tragedy doesn't stop with breathing problems. 1 in every 5 premature births and early adult deaths has been scientifically linked to fine particulate matter floating invisibly in our atmosphere. These microscopic particles are so small they slip past our body's natural defenses and wreak havoc on our most vital organs. And here's the kicker that nobody wants to talk about. Consumer end-use activities, which encompass everything from filling up your gas tank to heating your home with natural gas, account for a mind-boggling 96% of all pollution-related health incidents. This means we're all part of the problem, whether we realize it or not. What do you think? Are we willing to sacrifice the health of entire communities for cheap energy? Or is it time to demand accountability from oil and gas companies? Share your thoughts. This conversation needs to happen. Meanwhile, in completely different news that proves mistakes can happen anywhere, our beloved ice cream friends at Blue Bell Creameries have found themselves in a sticky situation that's got allergy sufferers on high alert. The popular Texas-based ice cream manufacturer, headquartered in the charming town of Brenham in Washington County, approximately 70 miles west of Houston, has announced an immediate product recall that highlights just how critical accurate food labeling really is. The company discovered that containers of their limited edition Millennium Crunch flavor were incorrectly packaged with labels reading chocolate chip cookie dough. This might sound like a simple mix-up, but for people with nut allergies, this packaging error could literally be a matter of life and death. The Millennium Crunch variety contains tree nuts, which aren't present in the chocolate chip cookie dough flavor. Someone expecting a nut-free dessert could face a severe allergic reaction. Credit where credit is due. The mistake was caught by a sharp-eyed Blue Bell employee who noticed the discrepancy while restocking shelves at a retail location. The company immediately issued a public statement and initiated recalls across multiple states where the mislabeled products had been distributed. This incident serves as a perfect reminder of why food safety protocols exist and how even the most trusted brands can make human errors that have serious consequences. Speaking of labeling mishaps, here's another recall that's got health-conscious consumers doing double takes at their beverage choices. The Food and Drug Administration recently announced that Buffalo Rock Company Incorporated voluntarily pulled more than 20,000 aluminium cans of 7-Up Zero Sugar tropical soda from store shelves after discovering a potentially dangerous mislabeling error. The recall, which was officially issued on July 31st, affects consumers across Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. Here's what makes this recall particularly concerning. Cans that were supposed to contain sugar-free soda were actually filled with the full sugar version of the product. For diabetics and people monitoring their sugar intake for health reasons, this kind of mistake isn't just disappointing, it could trigger serious health complications. The FDA's response protocol for these situations is straightforward but important. They recommend that consumers who purchased affected products should immediately stop consuming them. Check the official recall notice for specific handling instructions and either return the items to the point of purchase or dispose of them safely. These back-to-back recall incidents raise an interesting question. Are quality control systems in food and beverage manufacturing becoming less reliable? Or are we simply hearing about more mistakes because of better reporting and social media awareness? What's your take on corporate responsibility when these labeling errors could potentially harm consumers?